So we're here for Eurovoix. My name is Daniel, and I'm here with Moritz, the executive producer of the Eurovision Song Contest 2025 in Basel. We have now revealed the theme art, the logo, all of it, and the stage. How do you feel now?
Relieved, because this is one of the major milestones we had, and I'm also happy that this whole secret around all this is now done. It's weeks and months of work with highly motivated people all across Switzerland and Europe to get this up and running, this design. We have done it in really a top secret mode. So right now I'm relieved because not only we have revealed it, but also the feedbacks are impressive, positive, and I feel people happy about it, and that can only make me happy as an executive producer for 25.
And for you as a producer, how does it feel to be trusted with the executive position at the first Eurovision in Switzerland in decades?
That was back in May, actually. We saw for several weeks Switzerland growing with the bookmakers. I was quite far, in fact, from the Swiss delegation because I have another job at Swiss TV, in fact. And suddenly it raised at the bookmakers side, and we thought, oh, what happens if Switzerland wins? And suddenly someone came to talk to me, in fact, and said, hey, you have Eurovision experience from your previous life before, because I worked for the EBU before joining Swiss TV. And they said, if that comes, it would be good if you could work with us on this project. And so this is how I dived into it. And the day where actually the question came if I was okay to take over the project with my colleague, I was first panicking. How can I do this? Am I able to do it? I've never done this. It's huge. It's the biggest entertainment show on earth. And then together with Reto, we said, let's do it together. And since that day, in fact, we feel extremely confident because from the first day we thought of what should it be, in fact, what should be Eurovision 25 in Basel. We had millions of ideas, and from day one now we're trying to put those ideas into shape for reality, and it's extremely exciting.
Yeah, and so speaking of the show, how would you like to see, or how will you make Switzerland represented in the show to give it the Swiss identity, besides, of course, the Swiss branding that we've got?
The ESC is obviously first, it's a co-production with 38 countries, and this is the whole performance part. There you're setting up a stage where 38 countries can perform with millions of possibilities. We have ensured that this stage already carries the values of Switzerland and some identifications of Switzerland. It's the first time that on the Eurovision stage you have mountains in the arena. We're building actually physical mountains into the arena. Why? Because Reto and myself said we want a signature stage. We want that when in 2, 3, 4, 5 years you go onto YouTube and you type Eurovision, you see this stage and you remember that this is Basel. This was really our objective, and so this is how we put all those identificators into this stage. And then around the performances, everything that will happen, the show, the interval acts, the show acts, our hosts, the whole flavor that we're bringing through during the semi-finals, the grand final, will feel like Switzerland, will carry Swiss values, will carry Swiss colors, cultures. There are plenty of different cultures in Switzerland, and we want to embrace all these into the 9 shows that we're going to produce. And last but not least, for us, Eurovision is Basel, but it's also Switzerland. We want to bring the world to Basel in Switzerland. There are dozens of thousands of people traveling here to see the Eurovision and to feel Eurovision. We will wrap the city into Eurovision colors and into Eurovision fevers. But on the flip side, we're also bringing all this to the world, since we really want to include into the show also what happens in the country, what happens in the city for the Eurovision. It's not only a TV show in an arena, it's much more, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience also for the people of Basel and Switzerland.
And so finally, you're also a member of the Eurovision Song Contest reference group. Has that been put on a bit of a break when you're doing this executive producer spot, or are you co-working these 2 positions at the same time?
In fact, before I was not part of the reference group. Every year when you win, one of the executive producers, I mean when there's only one it's easy, when there are 2, one of the 2 gets a chair in the reference group, because we are I think for 3 years I'm now a member of the reference group starting this year, and that is mainly because of knowledge transfer. So basically right now the previous countries are transferring knowledge to me. I'm validating a lot of different things in the reference group that we are doing in our project. And from next year on, I'm going to have the luck to accompany, in fact, the next country and the country afterwards with our knowledge transfer. This is why I'm in the reference group right now.
All right. So in, 5 months' time, we'll see the next Eurovision Song Contest here in Basel in Switzerland. Thank you very much and the best of luck.
Thank you very much.